Okay, mathematicians, welcome back to another day. We are here talking about something called backtracking, and I am going to, instead of doing a random reporter, I want to do... Where'd my pot go? What the heck, man? Oh, here it is. Just thanks to the iPad. I was going to do a random reporter, but these are just for my class, and my random reporter for maths is on the iPad, which is videoing me right now. So instead, we're going to have a race. The race is to see who watches this video first and posts it first in the social stream for today, on the maths page. So the maths page social stream, not today's page, the 24th of the 3rd, just the maths social stream. And the question is, how would you solve? You can choose, actually. I'm going to give you some options. Oops, wrong one. How would you solve any of these questions? Here are your options. Any of these down here. Solve one of them, post it in the social stream to see if you win the race. Now I'm just going to turn off the light so you can see it a bit better. And under the answer, I want the strategy, please. Okay, let's see who's first to do that. In the meantime, let's work this out ourselves. The strategy is, do it with me, backtrack. Start at the back, flip on track. Don't be slack, check that fact, you backtrack. Start at the back, flip on track. Don't be slack, check that fact, you backtrack. Start at the back, flip on track. Don't be slack, check that fact, you backtrack. Yeah. I should be a rapper, not a teacher. All right. Backtrack. Start at the back. Always need an exclamation mark. Start at the back. Don't be slack. Check that fact. We're going to do it right now. Let's do this one. Oh no, we've already... I'll show you that one first. Start at the back. This is what they've done over here. The 11's at the back, so that's where they start. Start at the back. Oh, whoops. Flip on track. Whoops, that's the most important bit. This is how you backtrack. Flip on track. So we flip the +4. Opposite of plus is minus. Flip it into -4. Now 11 minus 4 is 7. Woo, we got it. But don't be slack. Check that fact. 7. Let's put it back in. 7 plus 4 does equal 11. Bam. Got it. Nice work. Let's do one more. This one. Start at the back. 64. Flip on track. Some people get carried away and they just think, oh, times 8. I'll just put times 8 in. But no. Let's do that actually. 64. That's 460 and 32. 492, I believe. 8 sixes, 400. Oh no, hang on. 480. 8 sixes, 8 60s are 480 plus 32. So that's 512. If we're not slack and we check that fact, I would go 512 in here times 8, should be getting even bigger, but it goes to 64. So I know, after I've checked the fact, it's not right. So I know I've got to flip it into divide by 8. This is why it's important to practice your times tables, so you can get this straight away. 64 divided by 8 is 8. Don't be slack, check that fact. 8 8's 64. Boom, got it. All right, if you are working on sipping or smiling work year 5s, you can go right onto that now. Or even charging, actually, you can go into charging. But if you're doing flying work, you can carry on with, you can watch this just for a second, because it's going to be important. What you learn now is actually going to be really important for when you do maths later on. This bit will get you into a really good habit if you use it. And my example is going to be this one. Let me zoom in for you. It's D on the flying sheet. I can't actually zoom in anymore. But it says something divided by 3 plus 5 equals 8. Something divided by 3 plus 5 equals 8. So we backtrack, start at the back. I'm going to write it on top for this one. Start at the back is 8. Flip on track, minus 5. Flip this. Now we're starting to flip two operations in the same sentence. Flip the divide by 3 into the times by 3 equals something. That is correct, but as we're dealing with two different operations, we start to have to think about something called BODMAS. Maybe you've heard of BODMAS before. BODMAS tells you which order to do these operations. Because maybe someone would do the 8 minus 5 first and work it out that way, but someone maybe does the 5 times 3 first. Let me tell you the important bits of BODMAS. B is for brackets. You always do what's in brackets first. D and M is divide and, I won't do brackets for them because that'll be confusing. D and M stands for divide and multiply. So they come next. Then after that, addition and subtraction. So you can see in this one, out of multiply and minus, you're meant to do the multiply first. Multiply and subtract, sorry. You're meant to do the multiply first. So that would give you, if you just wrote it like this, that would give you 8 minus 15. And so you would get negative 7. And if we plugged back in, we check that fact. Negative 7 in here, divided by 3, we know it's not going to be a whole number. Plus 5 is not going to get us to 8. So we know, we check that fact, it's not right. That's why when you are flipping this is the strategy for the flying people. If you're flipping on track and the first one you flip is a subtract or an addition like this, you need to protect it because that has to be the first one you do because you flipped in this order, so it's got to be this the first one you do. I suggest you put brackets around it. So now you've saved it. This is the one you're definitely going to do first. That will give us 3 times 3, which equals 9. Let's not be slack, check that fact. 9 divided by 3 is 3, plus 5 is 8. So we got it right. Because we protected, these are the weak ones. Addition and subtractions, we need to protect them if they are first in the flipping. Okay, that's for flying people, and also the blitzing people, you might need that as well. Okay, good stuff year 5. Let me check if there's anything else I need to tell you. That is it. Check school books for all the instructions, and remember to wrap. Check that fact. Thanks year 5s, bye.